She's earned the respect of all her peers. And I love working with Laurie. She's done it with a great attitude. She loves helping people. And one of Laurie's great gifts is being able to build rapport with other people very, very quickly, but also very gently and quietly has set herself up as the authority on any business she gets involved in. She's the person that people go to ask their questions, to get advice, and she has done that by through a lot of self-development. Laurie is also a book reader. You're starting to see a familiar pattern here. You know, G-I-G-O. Anybody ever heard that? You know, being a computer guy, garbage in, garbage out. What comes in is what goes out. If you keep feeding yourself good stuff, that's pretty much what's going to come out. So, without any further ado, welcome Laurie Petrosino.
Oh, thank you. So, Albie, I want to thank you and Igor so much for the event. What do you guys think so far? Has it not been amazing? Great value. So, I'm just going to briefly, before we start, just tell you a little bit about myself. I don't usually like to talk about myself, so I'm just going to briefly tell you a little bit about my background. I've been a small business owner for 17 years, and over the course of that time, it was a struggle. I don't know, anyone else here ever had a small business or are a small business owner now? Right, so you know, yeah, a lot of you. So you know there's a lot of overhead. There's your rent and, you know, payroll taxes if you have employees and equipment and supplies and all that kind of stuff. And after a while, I also had a 3-hour commute too. So after a while, I just found it was too much for me. And I had heard something about home business ownership. It just totally was something I was interested in. I was like, wow, like instead of having to commute 3 hours a day, I could like stay home, you know, be a home business owner and still get to be an entrepreneur. And then fast forward a few years later with the internet, and that was even more appealing to me. So I started trying my hand with the internet and found that I was just failing miserably. I tried company after company, you know, opportunity after opportunity, courses, tried to learn everything I could, spent a ton of money and wound up in a lot of debt. So finally, at one point, well actually Albie touched on it a little bit, I had lost my house in the hurricane 4 years ago, and at this point I think I was struggling in internet marketing for about 8 years. And once that happened, I lost my home and I lost my business, and I realized I had to make a choice. I either had to make a decision to put thousands of dollars back into a business that I really didn't enjoy anymore, or I would have to move forward, basically burn the boats, have no other option, and finally make, you know, my career, my online career work for me. And it was scary, I was taking a risk, but that's what I chose to do. Once you finally take that leap and you make your mind over to become resourceful, you'll see amazing things happen. So that's what happened. I started slowly having some leverage and having some success. Because I had no other option, I finally started making it work. And so I learned a lot about Facebook marketing. Before I could afford any leads or anything like that, I did this method for free. And there were so many times I did it the wrong way. And sometimes I see people doing that online now, and I was like, wow, I used to do that. So I basically just learned from trial and error, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. It's a great free method of Facebook marketing, so we'll move forward from there. All right, so we'll talk about social media marketing in relation to growing your Likes Excel business, but of course, Facebook marketing can be used for, you know, any business that you have, which is great. And how you can use social media platforms to get results in your business. So that also means, you know, LinkedIn and Twitter, and as you can see, so millions of people use social media. Platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is a great one too. That's really taking on a lot of momentum. So the more business, to get more business, you're going to need more leads. And Igor talked about that, how important leads are. You can market your business in 2 ways, and one is paid traffic and one is free traffic. Paid traffic is for those who want to go fast, which I highly recommend. And if you don't have a list of subscribers yet, right? You guys are pretty much all on Facebook, right? Is there anyone not on Facebook? Maybe all. Okay, so everybody is on Facebook. So you have Facebook friends, right? Then you have a list, okay? So that is a list of people. So when you have an email list, okay, that you can contact your subscribers over and over again, like Igor was talking about, but you can do the same thing with your Facebook friends. Ideally, you want to get those Facebook friends onto your email list. That's a great way to have like 2 separate lists, because Facebook owns Facebook. You own your list. So it's really important to develop a list. But literally, if you have friends right now, you have a list right now, okay? You don't even have to build it. So when utilizing social media, especially Facebook, you're utilizing the free method. That's what we're going to be talking about today. The free Facebook method requires your time and some effort. It is so effective when it's done correctly. So it just takes a little bit more time, but it's actually, you'll find it's very enjoyable once you start doing it because you're developing relationships with people and it's fun. It's, you're on Facebook now to reach out to your friends and have conversations. You're doing the same thing except you're doing it for a worthy cause, which is your business. So it's really fun. Ideally, you want to use both paid and free methods. Okay, neither of these methods are going to work for you though if you don't have one very important thing working for you at all times, and that is consistency, and we talked about that a little bit more. So everything I'm going to show you right now, everything you're going to learn today will mean nothing without consistency. That goes for anything in life. So by consistency, I mean always be marketing your business. That's every day. Do something to move your business forward. If you're not doing that and you're not having the results that you want, what winds up happening is people will say, well, I don't see any movement. I don't see anything happening in my business. And I might say, well, what did you do today? Or what was your, your daily, list look like? And maybe they're not doing anything. So you have to be consistent, whatever that is. Okay, so just joining a business and sharing it a couple times and saying it's not working, that's not being consistent. So to see results in anything, you have to work on it on a regular basis, and obviously that applies to anything in your life experience, your health, your relationships, everything. You have to be consistent, you have to work on it on a regular basis. Okay, so if you want results, again, anything in life, you have to be willing to do what others will not. So you guys ready to take it to the next level with Facebook?
Yes.
All right. So did you know that you can utilize Facebook for free to generate leads for your business? You can use it entirely for free. And we're going to talk about daily Facebook steps, and these are 8 things that you should do right now with Facebook. And we'll go through them. Number 1, you may want to take a snapshot of the screen. Number 1 is open a Facebook account. Now, I'll touch on that in a moment, but you can have more than one Facebook account. Number 2 is optimize your profile. Okay, this would be branding. Number 3 is post on your profile at least 2 times per day. More is better, but at least 2 times. 4 is join Facebook groups, and I'll talk about that in a bit.
Can we have the slides? Or do we have to take
yeah, you can have the slides, absolutely. Yeah, I'll get them to you. So number 5 is make at least 50 posts a day in Facebook groups. Number 6 is, and I'll touch on all these as we move forward, is like and comment on 10 posts per day. Number 7 is add 10 new friends per day. And 8, most importantly, is have at least 10 conversations per day on Facebook. Okay, now let's discuss each of these elements. When you open a Facebook account, you can have one specifically for marketing, or you can use the one that you already have. Let's say it's your personal profile. In the beginning, when I first started, I had my personal profile, but I wasn't comfortable sharing my business or what I was doing because I wasn't having the results I wanted. And so I was a little embarrassed. I didn't want to put out these different, income online, businesses and have my friends and family see it. So I opened up one specifically for marketing and targeted just marketers. These are people who were interested in what I was doing, so I knew I could have better results that way. And it was actually easier to do it that way because you'll find that you're on that profile more often and you develop great relationships. So optimize your Facebook profile. Okay, this is important because this is part of the branding. You want to make sure you have a smiling close-up picture of yourself, and that doesn't mean, and people can do what they want, do it on your personal profile. It doesn't mean you and your spouse or your cat or you and your entire family. You need to have a picture of yourself. You're marketing and branding yourself. So that is really important because when people are looking at profiles, they only have a split second to kind of review your profile, and those pictures are tiny, so they need to see your face. Put an attractive timeline picture on your profile. You know the timeline picture that goes above your profile. This is important. One that shows an attractive lifestyle, and really the best ones are you and your family on vacation. It shows that maybe you're working while you're on vacation, but your business afforded you the vacation, and it just shows lifestyle. Fill out the about section almost as much as you can in its entirety. If you're able to do that, friends will look at this. I know that if someone friends me, I don't accept every friend request simply because you're only allowed to have 5,000 friends on Facebook. So you really have to pick and choose the different friends you're going to add. So I will go over to their profile and I will check out their about section and just take a look and see, and we'll talk more about the type of person that you would be looking for. But this is important because you know that if you do it, other people are going to do it as well for you. So fill out the entire section, and lastly, make at least 2 to 3 profile posts every day. Okay, so focus on branding you and not your company. And the reason you want to focus on branding yourself is because maybe at one point a company won't be a fit for you, or companies come and go, and you just decided you don't want to share the company, you want to share you, because someone could see the company you're involved with, okay, great, maybe they join up under another sponsor. You want to create a curiosity. What is this person doing? Why are they successful? What company are they in? I can't find it anywhere. They have to come to you. That's what attraction marketing is, to ask you what you're doing. So, start by having a profile picture and a great timeline pic. We talked about that. Okay, you're going to present yourself as a person who can add value and someone that people would want to follow. That means staying away from posting anything negative, political on your profile. That really is for your personal profile. These are not something that a business owner would do. All right, so this is a great example, and Kim is in Likes XL. He's a great example. He lives in Denmark. And he has an excellent timeline picture. I loved it because he did a collage. So it's not just one picture. He put tons of pictures showing lifestyle, him and his family, freedom, on vacation. It's fantastic. And then he also has a nice timeline close-up pic of him smiling. It's very realistic, and he looks very approachable, and that's important. So here is the area underneath your profile picture and your timeline pic where you can add your About section. If you guys don't have this filled in, make sure you do that. That should be your homework tonight, because you want to make sure that you add your work and education, contact and basic info, and the details about you. Now, in the details about you section, you can see I have like a whole paragraph, and I believe they give you a decent amount. I don't think you can just write endlessly, but you really are able to fill it in quite a bit. Also, under the More section, you can add books that you've read. You can add notes, music, your Instagram account you can attach, and these are also great things to fill out. Maybe you can't do it all in one night, but you spend the time putting your profile together. Okay, 3, you'll post on your profile wall at least 2 posts per day, and you're going to begin by making on your profile an attraction post. We'll talk about that. So an example of attraction marketing posts are posts that compel people to ask you more information about your business. Now, this is a post that creates curiosity, and it leads people to ask you for more information. So it's not a sales ad that you want people to generate more. It will generate more interest. So it's a post that is about your experience, maybe a team member's experience, maybe why you started your business. I'm going to show you examples in a moment, but writing something personal about yourself is very effective rather than copying and pasting a salesy type ad. And I think you guys probably know the ones I'm talking about, where it's like, join my business, and this business is so great, and that sort of thing. It doesn't appeal to most people. You really want to be real and talk about your own results. Just be truthful. Okay, so here's an example of one I did. I specifically did this one for you guys to see. And I'm going to read it to you because then I want to break it down a little bit. So I write, for me, the single most beneficial thing I ever did in online business was to add passive income streams. I began doing that 5 years ago, but this last year has been instrumental in seeing serious results. Why? Because I added the strongest passive business that exists anywhere. Because you should experience it too, I'm going to give the first 10 people who respond a free voucher to start earning money within the next 30 minutes. And then I mentioned, comment below, I want the voucher, and I'll get instructions over to you ASAP. Now, I want to break it down a little bit. I'm talking about my own personal experience. I am literally starting out by saying, for me, this is how I feel, and I tell them what I feel was the most beneficial thing for me. Passive income. I started 5 years ago. I'm having results, serious results. And then I say why, and it gets people to listen when you ask a question like that. And then I basically let them know that if they respond, they can get a free voucher. So I'm offering them what we have with the reward packs. And this is a really great way to get people to notice what you're doing, but you're not mentioning the name of your company. So you're creating curiosity. They want to know what it is you're doing. And now what will happen is, if you have enough friends, and you'll see later how you can develop more friends, people will start commenting on this, and they'll start liking it. And the more that happens, the more Facebook will show it to your friends. So you want as many comments as you can. You want to create curiosity, because then Facebook will show it to more friends, and you will start to get comments. People saying, I want the voucher, or private messaging you and asking you for more information. I also use the hashtags because it just gives another layer of curiosity as to what you're doing. So it's hashtag 30-minute income. Even if that's not a hashtag that you would click on and see anything, it's going to resonate in someone's head when they see that, because they want to know, what is this 30-minute income? I also created one of my own, hashtag VIP Laurie P, and I add that to many of my posts, because if someone clicks on that, it will show them all of my posts that have that hashtag in there. So if you do a hashtag join your name, or join your name and you could even do your last name, people will click on it. You can create your own. So now all your posts are connected. Anybody who clicks on your hashtag will only see your posts. And it's a really great way to get all of your information in front of people right away. Okay. All right, so if you don't mention the name of your business, that will create curiosity, so people ask you about it. It's super powerful. So just try it and you'll see what I mean. Your posts can tell stories, and they can show successes of other people and benefits of why you can help solve their problems. So if you don't have results that you think are beneficial for people to see, you can use a team member's results. That's perfectly fine to do. Add pictures to your posts. You can create videos, and just write like you would to a friend. So if you're not sure what to say, again, just write something that comes off the top of your head, and be a little creative. I don't just write them on the fly. Almost every post I do, it has a method behind it. I'm thinking about, how could this attract someone? But yet I'm still telling the story of something that might have happened to me, but there is something behind it that I want to relate to people. So you can share your results, the team members' results, posts that represent lifestyle, or posts that compel someone to ask you more. And you can even recommend that people follow you on social media platforms. So if you do have a Twitter account, Instagram, LinkedIn, you can even ask people to follow you there. That could just be a post that you do. And get creative. Just don't be afraid to tell your story about how your business helped you. So if you have been having great results in your business and you don't mention the name of that company, but you talk about the great results you're having, you are going to see that people are going to eventually reach out and ask you what it is you're doing. So here are some great examples. This is Alex. He's also in Likes Excel, and he actually congratulates another member for locking arms with the team, and he mentions how this is, there's 543 members in his team. He shows results. He actually took an image of a screenshot of his downline. And those numbers at first glance, they really attract people, because you're like, wow, look at those numbers. So Alex is someone to watch because he's having results. So from someone seeing a picture like that, people will reach out and ask him, what are you doing, Alex? Like you see, you're having results. So this is a great example. And also Jacqueline, she writes out, reaching the stars and beyond. She talks about earning thousands after 3 months, and she shows an income shot, a real income shot of money that she's withdrawn. She shows that she is actually having the results. Okay, here's another one that I did a while back. I did the same thing. I showed my downline at the time, and I talked about how you don't get this kind of growth from jumping around, and I used the hashtags once again. Keep going. Okay, and so Adriano took my post, this is a great idea, and he added his own little spin on it and then shared it on his profile wall. So this is what I mean, where if you don't have the results that you want, so you wonder, why would somebody join me because I'm not having results yet, this is what you can do. This is somebody in the business, and then he makes his own little comment, which I recommend doing, and you can share someone else's post. Okay, so Walter also did something really cool. He used a familiar image to attract the eye, because you'll see it in your news feed as you're scrolling. And then he did a great attraction marketing post as well. So he put humor in there. All right, so when people comment on your posts, this is going to give you the opportunity to now engage in conversation. And that's what this is all about. Everything I'm showing you here is to get people into a conversation. So whether you post and they click like or they comment, you want to reach back out and start to have a conversation. And we'll show examples of that. Okay, so you're going to get more exposure using Facebook groups. So let's talk about this. You're going to take the post from your profile, and you're going to copy and paste it, and you're going to put it into Facebook groups. You can adjust the post. Okay, so I wouldn't maybe take that long post that I did. I would really just take the key parts out of it. What I would do that I wouldn't do on my Facebook wall is in the groups, I would add a capture page link, okay, to your LXL Pro capture page. And you would add an image, and then you could collect the leads. So that's the difference. When you're in the groups, you can use the attraction marketing post, but with a capture page link. So join Facebook groups. Joining Facebook groups in your target market is going to give you the ability to post your business in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Your target market are literally other people who are just like you, who want to earn, money online. Maybe they're looking to quit their job one day and, have a home business. That's the target market. Obviously, you're not going to be reaching out to people who want to go skateboarding. Our target market is, purely people who want to make money online or have a home business. So it just makes it really easy to find. How to join the group. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. In the example of number 1, you can see in the Facebook search bar, I typed in a search term, make money online. What you would do is simply come down to where it says number 2, see all results for Make Money Online. It'll bring up that page that's directly behind it, and in number 3, you would click on groups. And that's how you can find groups that are all related to the search term Make Money Online. Okay, so after that, what you would do is you would simply join those groups, one after the other. And as you can see, I have a few of them already joined. The one at the top, you would click join, and you want to choose groups that have 2,500, 3,000 members or over, because there's so many groups now, you don't need the smaller groups. So you want to pick the groups that have higher numbers. And okay, we'll go to the next one too. Okay, so what'll happen, you won't get accepted right away. You might, if the admin is in the group, they can accept you right away. You'll start to get notifications that you've been accepted into the group. When you start to see this, you're gonna get a lot of them, because it's almost like doing it all at once. You'll do it one time, it may take you a few weeks, and you'll never really have to do it again. So take note of those notifications, and on the next slide, when you get accepted into the group, the first thing you want to do is go click on that notification, open up the group, come into the group, and click on notifications and turn it off. Because what's going to happen is you will get a ton of notifications. Every single person who posts in that group, you'll see the notifications. So if you've been, joining hundreds of groups, you're going to have tons of notifications. So just do yourself a favor and turn it off. Okay, so examples of search terms for groups. I showed you the other one, which was Make Money Online, and these are other ones that you can use. And you might be able to think of some other ones on your own as well. Okay, so you want to make at least 50 posts a day in Facebook groups. This is where consistency comes in. Now, posting in more is really more beneficial, obviously. I've posted 300 a day. I used to do that consistently. It takes about an hour to do 100. When you get used to copying and pasting, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you have kids who want to help you out and do it, maybe 2 people are on a computer and they're doing it, you'd be surprised. You will get, if you have maybe 150 to 300 groups you're posting in every day, you're going to get about 7 to 15 leads every day. That's very decent for free leads. And you're on Facebook anyway for free, so you might as well be making some money.
It's interesting that people think that's a lot of work to do in a day, but they're happy to work 8 hours for someone else.
Exactly, yeah, that's true.
And not build their business.
You'll actually find it's kind of fun and it's kind of relaxing, because it is like you mentioned before, it's an action step. It's not just...
It's income producing.
It is, it's an income producing activity.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah. So if you start to get notifications from Facebook, then you're posting too fast, and don't even slow down, just stop until the next day, because you can risk your Facebook account. Facebook owns Facebook and they can do whatever they want. So what I would do is as soon as you see that, just stop, but it's perfectly fine to move on the next day. Okay, so here's an example of posting in groups. And this is basically what I did was I took the post that I showed you in the beginning and I shortened it, and I just added the key points that would attract someone in a group, but I also added a call to action, which is where I put click, and then I added a link to a capture page. Now I put the capture page on a domain name. You can go to GoDaddy if you want to. This way you don't have like an ugly looking link. You can actually choose a domain name, take your LXL Pro capture page link, and put it on a domain name. And then you can use that same one over and over again. I also added hashtags, and I added an image of me. This is important to do, because you could just take any random picture off of Facebook, but this will add another layer of personality to it, and another part of a human touch. And it's really important to show pictures, like this, pictures of yourself. And also, just take note of how many members are in that group. There's over 91,000 members in that group. It doesn't mean every single member is going to see it, but you have the ability to be in front of that many people, and this is just one group.
And Ronald, that does not give you an excuse to get into a bikini.
What were you going to say, Marcel?
Yeah, the hashtags, what do they do?
The hashtags, as I mentioned before, it gives another layer of like interest. So someone is going to be curious about that. When they see that, they can click on it, and there might be something behind it. Maybe someone else used the same hashtag. But what it does is it'll open up the ability for someone to look at that and say, oh, okay, 30-minute income, what is that? So they want to know more. They can click on that hashtag. And if you've written another post with that same hashtag, they'll see it.
All right. So
Which is
if
why
I use free voucher, then they also see your post.
you would see this post.
Yeah, right.
You would see this post, yeah.
So
if
that's
any,
powerful.
exactly, it is
Yeah.
powerful because you could have 100 people doing that, and they're all using that post, and so you have a prospect who clicks on that hashtag, and now they see 5 or 6 different members with the same posts, maybe about the same company. And I don't think anybody's using free voucher that I know of, so it might be a good one. Okay, so within that post, I created a call to action, okay, where it says click, tells people what I want them to do, that's important. It's also important that you give them what you told them you would when they click, okay? So for the best results, your capture page should be congruent to whatever it is you talked about in your Facebook post. So by adding a capture page to your Facebook post, it's going to give you a way to collect leads for free.
I have a question, because I heard that Facebook has a certain algorithm for showing the posts to your friends or in the groups. And they say that when you put a link in, Facebook is not going to show this post to a lot of people.
Most likely in a fan page is more what they're talking about, but another way around that is people can take snapshots of a link, like you can actually take a screenshot of a link on your computer and post that as an image. So you can do that too. So there's ways around things like that, but usually in the groups, I haven't noticed that, but it's more for fan pages. Like if you were going to do a Facebook ad and pay for that, it would be very difficult to get a link about home business opportunity in, to be paid for, yeah. But you're right about that. So having a capture page is a necessity. It's not optional. If you want to be a serious business owner, if everybody has LXL Pro, then you most likely already know that. If you don't have LXL Pro, you have to have a capture page somewhere. Whether you created one or not, we've already created them all, and they're fantastic for the Likes XL business, but it's a necessity. You just can't run a business without it. This is where you would add one of your LXL Pro capture pages to the post, and you can redirect, like I said, to a domain name. Okay, so number 6, you're gonna like and comment on 10 posts per day. Now when you're posting in the Facebook groups, just stop and like 10 posts. Just go down the line. You only need to do 10 per day. Just go down the line, like 10 posts, and what's gonna happen is that, it only takes you a second, but that's going to allow that person to see that you like their post and maybe add you as a friend where you can start that conversation. Okay, so while you're in the groups and you comment on the posts of others, it's gonna create trust. And if you like a post, then people feel comfortable friend requesting you. Or a lot of times, if you send out too many friend requests, Facebook does notice that, and they can actually consider it spam. So the person that you're trying to friend request may not get your friend request. So the way to do this is somebody would feel comfortable friend requesting you if you liked their post. And you would want to go and check their profile and make sure they're the type of person you want on your friend list. So don't ever comment in the groups by adding your business links or anything about your business. It's just poor practice, and that's the kind of thing you just learn from experience. I used to do it, and then you realize it's not the right way to market. So simply make a nice comment that's relevant to the post. Just say, oh wow, thank you for sharing that. That's a really great post, whatever it is. Comments and liking it was just going to start to generate requests and start those conversations. And here's something you could simply say. If somebody said to you, oh, hey, I saw you liked my post, or you made a comment, and they're thinking you're interested in their business most likely, right? That's really what they're thinking. You can just simply say, oh, marketers need to stick together. I usually say, oh, I like to share the love, that sort of thing. And I hope your business is going great. And then I say, how long have you been doing it? So I immediately engage them in a conversation. This works really well if you're a member of other Facebook groups. So let's say probably most of you have been in other businesses in the past, right? So maybe you have a Facebook group for that particular company. That's a great place to develop friendships and start talking to people, because you have something in common, which is the fact that you are in another company together, or you were in another company together. It's just another layer of building, trust between people. Okay, so 7 is add 10 new friends per day, because you want to build your list up to 5,000 friends. That's the most important thing. Let's go grab some water. Okay, so yeah, you want to build your list up to 5,000 friends, so you want to at least add 10 new friends per day. You'll start to find that as you're commenting and liking, people will start adding you, so you could wind up adding a lot more every day. So now when you're in the groups, you're going to choose qualified people to send a friend request to. Who is a qualified person? Okay, you want to look for a person that appears to be business-minded. Okay, someone who's trying to do what you're trying to do. Check out their profile image. So go to their wall. This does not need to take a lot of time. Once you get familiar with it, you can do it in literally 10 seconds. Check out their profile image. Check out their profile and their posts on their wall. Do you have friends in common? Because you'll see if you have mutual friends. Are they currently in a business? Can you tell from their posts if they're actively working their business? And you know what I mean by those salesy ads I was talking about before. Is this person positive, or do they have those negative posts? You don't want somebody like that. Are they a motivated person? Are they sharing regularly? So you'll know your ideal customer is someone, or you already know your ideal customer is someone who wants to earn extra money, already has a home business, needs to advertise their business, because anyone with a business does need to advertise, has a positive frame of mind, and that's a person you would friend request, okay? And it won't take long for you to get comfortable and familiar with, who's the right person to friend request. So always, always, always send a private message with a friend request, because I will get tons of them, and unless I got a private message along with that, I'm going to ignore it most likely, because at this point, there's too many of them coming in, and I'm already pretty much at 5,000. Sometimes I keep it under so that I can add different people. But when they start to accept your friend request, start a conversation. But again, if you're going to reach out, a message goes along with your request. And if you're only reaching out to 10 people a day, it's pretty easy. You can kind of copy and paste. But I do recommend something personal in that message. Like if you see you have a certain person in common, a mutual friend, you could say, oh, I see so-and-so is your mutual friend. Thought it would be nice to connect, or look for something in common on their profile. Well, maybe you guys, you've been to the city that they live in, or you see a timeline pic and you recognize the vacation spot. Just something that you can reach out to them and have a mutual interest will make it a lot more powerful for that person to accept. So 8, have at least 10 conversations per day, and you can find out a lot in a conversation as to how the person is doing and what they need. Conversations are absolutely where the power is. Also, have daily conversations with people you're already friends with, but maybe you've never spoken to before. So here's an example. Hi there, we've never spoken on here before, and we've been friends for a while. Just wanted to say hi. What is it that you do? So I'm basically just reaching out, ending with a question. You're not leading with your business. Okay, you're just simply having a conversation, finding out more about them, but let them talk, okay? Let them talk more than you are to them. Okay, another method is to reach out to people who are going to have a birthday, and try and do this 5 days before you send the happy birthday message. And the reason for that, though, by the way, is because on the day of their birthday, you know how many messages they get? They're not going to respond to you. They may not even see it. So if you reach out 5 days before, you could just say, hey, I see you, you're going to have a birthday. Just wanted to say happy birthday before, the mad rush happens. And then you can start a conversation. So they're meant to build trust. And I'm repeating myself because this is the most important part. So you're not going to promote your business to a perfect stranger. Your goal is to get to know the person, to start to build rapport and trust, because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And follow up your conversations by documenting who you've spoken to. This is something that I do with notepads rather than my computer. If you're good with spreadsheets and you want to put it in a spreadsheet, you can do that. I just find it's easier for me to have like maybe 5 or 6 different notepads next to me, and if I talk to somebody about this opportunity or that opportunity over the years, I keep one notepad for that particular opportunity, write the person's name down, write down when I spoke to them, maybe a tiny bit about the conversation, and then I'll follow up with them maybe in a week or 2, and just to say, hey, what's up, and talk more about whatever our conversation was about. Example conversation. Okay, here's one that I did for a birthday. And I saw Jacqueline's on my friend list, and I saw that she had a birthday. I don't think we had ever spoken before, so I just reached out to her, and then she says, "How's life?" and thanks me, and I just say, "Life's beautiful. Do you have any plans?" It's just a normal conversation. She tells me what she's doing. Go on to the next slide.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was reading.
and then she said, so basically I said, "Oh, that sounds really nice. Take a rain check. And what are you working on these days?" So I end it with a question. She tells me what she's working on. And again, I say, "That's great. How's it going for you?" I end with another question. And she's starting to now answer me. She'll tell me it's going a little slow. I feel like I'm a little behind. The business works, but there's some things I don't understand. So we'll go on. So I can relate to that because I failed miserably for years. So I tell her, I understand. There's a learning curve. And, how long have you been with this company? Again, another question. So then she tells me, how long she's been with it. I also end the next question with, have you tried a lot of other companies in the past? She tells me yes. go on to the next one. So I say the same thing, you know, I've tried many times, it took me 8 years to figure it out. Now she asks me, what are you in now? And that's what you want. That's like the ideal conversation. So I tell her, without telling her the name of the company, see, I don't mention what company I'm in. I just say, I show people how they can earn daily income without sponsoring. So it takes the pressure off of sponsoring off the table. And you know, it's easy when 100% of the members earn. What is your email? I'll shoot you some info so you can review it. And casual, not trying to convince anyone. These are casual conversations. And then she gives me her email address. And that's it. I tell her I sent it to her, and then, you know, after that I continue to follow up and move forward. So the conversation cheat sheet is just tell the truth. If somebody asks, are you having the results you want, and you're not, you could say, you know, I've been in this company for, you know, some odd months or whatever it may be, and yeah, I'm starting to have momentum, I'm gaining momentum, and I'm learning every day, and I'm developing leads, I'm learning how to do that. Just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Maybe tell the truth about why you joined the company, why you joined your business. Every sentence you're going to end with a question. That's really important. Find a common interest if possible. I talked about that before. What are their needs? Are they having trouble, you know, getting people in? Are they having trouble getting leads? Find out what their needs are. See if you can help fill those needs, because we have a great advertising product. So that's a really great thing. It's not just the opportunity. We have really good advertising. So if somebody needs leads or needs advertising, we have that to offer them. How long are they working online or their current business? These are just examples. Are they having success, and how do they generate business? Okay, here's some example questions that you can ask. How long have you been in your current business? Do you like what you're doing? Is this your first home business? Do you think you'll want to do it full time one day? What do you do to get leads, and what do you find the most challenging? Again, these are just ways to continue that conversation, because sometimes it'll stall. You'll come to a point like, I don't know what else to say, you know? And then in the beginning, I had a script next to me. I literally printed out a script I found online. And I would like look for, you know, what kind of answer can I give to this person? And after a while, you'll just develop it. You'll be able to do it. That conversation will eventually get around to what you do. But don't try to sell your business when that happens. So here are some examples of what your response could be if someone asks you what you do. Because many times if that happens, you just want to give your link out right away, right? Because you think they're interested. It's not really the case. They're also conversing with you too. So when you're asked, here's some examples of what you can say. I say, you know, I teach people how to earn money online. I show people how to earn income online without sponsoring. I show people the best place to advertise their business online. And I'm an online wealth generating specialist. Here's some more examples. I teach people how to grow an income online without sponsoring. I work with a company that pays me to advertise my business. I view a few ads every day, and I earn income every 30 minutes without sponsoring a single person. I never told them the name of my business. Now, you're continuing in this conversation to create that curiosity. And again, it's no convincing, it's just a casual conversation. Don't stress about it. Okay, if they ask you for more info, then you can get their email address, and you can send them a short review of your business. That's the way I do it. I usually do it through Gmail. At some point in the conversation, you can ask them, if you feel the conversation is going right, you're asking questions, you feel they're really looking for something, you can say, are you open to taking a look at how you can generate income if it didn't distract you from what you're doing now? So you're asking them like a leading question, are you open? If they say no, then they're thinking, oh, I'm not an open person. Most likely they're gonna say yes, especially if you're having a nice conversation, they're gonna say yes. So be sure you have a pre-written review already of your business that you would use. And then you can just, you know, copy paste and send it to them, you know, via email. I also have recently started using Facebook Notes to share the business very easily within Facebook. And what's nice about Facebook Notes is you're keeping people on Facebook, and Facebook likes that. So rather than sending someone a link to a capture page where you're taking them off of Facebook, Facebook doesn't really like that. That's why, one of the reasons why if you constantly putting links in the message boxes, you can get banned from Facebook. And you'll also notice the preview will pop up. Does anybody notice that? If you put a link in a message box, the preview pops up. Yeah. X that out, because that at least stops Facebook from seeing the preview. It does something with Facebook not banning you right away. But the best way to do it is keep them within Facebook. Either get their email and send them a Gmail review, or you take them to Facebook Notes. And I'll show you how to do Facebook Notes, because this is really great. It's a free tool and a free page that Facebook gives you. If you didn't know it was there, where to find it is, again, under your profile, your timeline pick. You're going to see the More section, and just click on Notes. From there, this page will pop up and it just says add a note, so you go ahead and click that. And then you just get this blank page where you can add a timeline pic to your note. It's really cool, I'll show you in a moment. And you can start typing. So here's the one that I just did real quick. You're simply gonna give people the link to this when you're done. Add your timeline pic, you write your headline, and you write the body of your copy. Once you publish it, you now have a link that Facebook gives you that you can give it out to people. And you can also put that on a domain name too. Okay, so now you're equipped with some great free ideas for Facebook marketing to get it working for you, but you have to be diligent in doing it daily. It's the only way you're gonna actually make it work. It's the consistency. So adding another level to Facebook is by doing videos as often as possible. So whether, you can move on to the next. So whether, well actually let me talk about the video. Wait, I'm sorry, go back. Okay, nope, forward, sorry. There you go. Okay, so a great way to start is to document your progress using video. I did this in the beginning with one company that I was in. I had results. It was like the first $700 I ever made online. It was passive income, and my mind was blown. I literally jumped on the webcam and I did this video, and I was just so excited that I wanted to share it. But I didn't like the video because I wasn't comfortable in front of the camera. So I did like 20 takes before I finally said, okay, I have to pick one. I have to pick the best of the worst. And when I did that and I shared it, I made $30,000 in 4 months with that company because I was just being real, and I was just talking about my experience, and from that moment on, I documented what was happening in that business. So week 1, this is what happened, and then I would get on another video and I would talk about the next week or whatever, and I just documented it. So in my email list that we talk about, whether you have Aweber or whatever it is, I would just share it all the time. I would keep sharing emails, and people who were on my list started seeing my personal progress. And when they saw my personal progress, it got them excited to say, wow, she started with nothing, made her first $700, and now look where she is in 4 months. It made them want to move forward. Okay, so this will create proof and transparency. You don't realize video is super powerful, super influential. That's why YouTube is so big. Use Facebook Live video feature. Albie and I and Igor did it yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. It was easy, and Facebook gives it to you for free to use. You can also use your smartphone. You can use your computer's webcam, and you can also use a screen capture software if you just want to record your screen, but you don't necessarily want to be on video. That's a great way to use it. Next slide. Okay, so just do it. Just do what 99% of other marketers won't do. And again, I talk about how many takes I did. Just get it, no one's around, just lock yourself in your room and do a video. It is scary to do something outside of your comfort zone, but once you do it and you start having the results, you realize you just made another leap, and another challenge you passed, and you will see results. Okay, so once your LXL Pro funnel is set up, then you can begin driving Facebook traffic the way I showed you in groups with the link, and start seeing results that way. When using the attraction marketing technique, the main objective is having the conversation. That's one part of Facebook marketing I'm teaching you is the attraction marketing part. That's done on your profile page. That's your own personal real estate. You can do anything you want there, but if you want to have the results, you want to do it correctly. So the main part there is having the conversation so that you can eventually send them the email or send them the Facebook note that you created about your business. When using the Facebook group technique, the main objective is getting the lead into your LXL Pro sales funnel or whatever funnel you want to get into. But once you've gotten that lead, now your autoresponder is going to follow up with the messages. But again, I also recommend if you're personally talking to someone, having these conversations, keep your note document. If they haven't joined your business, reach out to them periodically and continue to cultivate that relationship. So once someone is registered at LikesXL, these are some things that you can do. I do these. I send out a welcome email. As soon as I see a lead, it's a hot lead. You want to get on that right away. I know that while I was sitting here before, I actually got a registered person into the business, but I need to copy and paste my email. I have to get on my computer. I always in my head is like, I have to get on my computer right away and do it, because the person, when they registered, that's when they are hot. That's when they want to know more, but now they don't know where to go. So you know that we have in the back office, we have you can copy and paste the welcome email. Just take that welcome email, send it directly to their email box, and you'll have it. So send them a welcome email with video. That's just another option. You can add your own personal video in there and just welcome them. You can try locating the person on Facebook. Remember, you get the email address, so you can copy the email address, You can put it into the Facebook search bar. If that person has an account in Facebook associated with the email, you can find them on Facebook, which is great. And then you can add them as a friend and start talking to them, and also add them to the Facebook group and get them, engaged. Okay, add them to the Facebook group. You can call them because you get their phone number. And I don't think a lot of people are doing this, including myself, so it's something I want to start doing. But you could just simply call them and welcome them and just say, hey, I'm your sponsor and you just joined and I wanted to just welcome you.
Yeah.
If you need anything, I'm here. So it doesn't have, you don't have to worry that they're going to ask a ton of questions. Maybe they will ask some questions. But basically, you're just reaching out to show that you're a real person, and if they need anything, you're here. Just send a, welcome, even if it's a voice message. It's a great layer, to connect with someone. And you can Skype them if you can find them on Skype, too. Okay, so would you guys like to know what my #1 communication tool is? It's on Facebook. It's very powerful, and guys, hardly anyone is using it, and it's totally free. It's Facebook's audio message feature that you can access directly from your smartphone. Now, does anybody know about that?
Yes.
Okay,
I
okay, so
heard
a few of
last
you.
week from my daughter.
Oh, did she send you a message?
By young people, it's very hot. They don't send any messages anymore. No SMS, nothing.
Mhm.
Only text messages
Yeah.
over.
Modern technology.
Yes.
So okay. So you can use this feature to connect with people on a more personal level. Now, here's how you would do it. Most people are going to have this on their smartphone. Go to Facebook, and as though you were going to message someone from Facebook, if your phone has this feature, you'll see a little microphone icon. Click on the microphone icon, and it'll open a record button. You just press and hold. Facebook will give you 60 seconds to record anything you want to that person. So if you have a new friend, that's another great layer to reach out and develop a more deeper connection. I remember I had somebody on my Facebook profile for quite a while, and I started using that feature with him, and then he joined me in Likes Excel. He's actually coming to the London event. He was like, wow, it's so amazing to hear the voice and connect it with your face, because he had never heard from you before. Once you start using this feature, you will be surprised at the kind of relationships you can have this way. Because it allows people to put a voice to the face. It'll show your sincerity will come through and your willingness to help them. So please start using it. It's totally free. It's the best. It's literally the best tool ever. Don't underestimate it. If you can find it, if you have Messenger, it should work. If not, you go directly to Facebook, and then just click on however you would normally message someone. That icon should be there on most phones. It works. And guys, this may be the deciding factor. I want someone joins you over someone else. So in summary, you're going to want to open a Facebook account. Number 2 is optimize your profile and branding. 3, okay, once you've done 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 4, 4 is join Facebook groups, you won't really need to do those again. So you want to focus on 3, which is post on your profile wall. This will be like your checklist. At least 2 posts per day. More is fine. 5 would be make at least 50 posts a day in groups. More is fine. More is better. 6, like and comment on 10 posts per day. 7, add 10 new friends per day. And 8, have at least 10 conversations per day. So those, the ones that I have highlighted there, that's your daily checklist after you've done the other 3. So very important to keep that next to you. Okay, find excuses, every excuse you can possibly have to have conversations. Because people join people they know, like, and trust. Now, I'm going to talk about mindset, and the reason I want to talk about mindset is because personally for me, it was the most instrumental thing in creating the results that I have now. It wasn't learning Facebook, even though I mastered Facebook. It was the thoughts that I was having, and I'll explain a little bit more in just a moment. Your experience in this business will be directly related to whatever it is you're thinking. So if you're skeptical about it, or if you're thinking, I'll just try it out and see if it works, you won't have the results that you want. You have to be all in with your mind. And that's not just this business, that's anything you do. I love this quote by Wayne Dyer, if you believe it will work out, you'll see opportunities. If you believe it won't, you'll see obstacles.
Have you read that one before?
Move on. Okay, so whichever way you think is a choice you make, and it's up to you. Your thoughts create energy, also known as vibration. Does everybody know that? The energy from your thoughts have created the life that you have right now. And something I want to say about that is when I was struggling and having not so good results over the course of, I would say, a good 8 years, I was not having the results I wanted. Now, in retrospect, I look back and I realize exactly why that was happening. And it was because of the thoughts I was thinking. I was technically doing all the right things. And I remember sitting on the beach one day with a girlfriend, and she said to me, why is it not working for you? Because I was frustrated and I was sad and I was complaining about it. And I said, I don't know. I'm doing all the right things. I don't know why it won't work. It's just not working. I can't seem to make it work. Well, I was saying all the wrong things. I was creating that in my life, and I had to own that. Once I realized that that's what I was doing, I could literally change my thoughts to make it work. And that's what I finally started doing. When I did that, that's when I started having results. It's key. So the important factor about understanding all this is that you have to be aware of your thoughts at all times. Sometimes you're just, you're kind of like going about things, just, you're driving, you don't realize how you got there, you're just not thinking. You have to be aware of your thoughts. It creates your world. So your goal is you want to aim for thoughts that make you feel good. It's like your internal guidance system. If you're not feeling good, that means you're not thinking the right thoughts. So, pay attention to your feelings and what your body is feeling. Thinking about what you want, focusing on that will get you closer to where you want to be. And this is true in anything, relationships, health, finances, and career. So recommended, I definitely recommend mindset training through reading and audio. I have these, I think it's 13 audios on my blog that I'll give you the link to it if you want to check it out. And someone gave these to me years ago. They're free audios. And I listen to them almost every day still. They changed my life. They literally changed my life. I have one particular one that I listen to, I think it's number 9. I'll listen to that every single day because every day I take something different from it and I needed it that day or what have you. So when you listen to these, you will find your thoughts start to change on a regular basis. It's like feeding your body. You feed your body to create fuel so you can go about your day. You need the same thing with your with your mind food rather. So in closing, master Facebook and you have access to endless free leads that you can reach for free. And put 2 or 3 hours a day and just do it. I know it may seem like a lot, but again, as we mentioned before, you're spending 8 hours a day at work. If this is something that could give you financial freedom for the rest of your life, go ahead and spend 2 or 3 hours a day. Make a commitment and be consistent on a daily basis, and you can absolutely not fail if you do that. So be creative, get in front of large audiences, stay in touch with them, and above all else, just be yourself and be truthful when you're talking to other people. Have conversations, and you'll start to have results. You'll see you can leverage it. So hope everybody enjoyed that and you got some value out of it.
Anybody got some questions for Laurie?
What was that? The mic, okay. Oh yeah, you didn't find it? Any other questions, or you guys?
What's the
Facebook account? Is that advice to open a new Facebook account for professional purposes, or just mix it with your personal?
You would open it for, as though it's a personal account, literally the same way you would open your personal account, except instead of adding friends and family, you would add marketers and people like business opportunity, people who are looking to work from home, entrepreneurs, real estate agents.
So make a new one.
Yeah, people who are business minded. So
Just send a request.
yeah, I actually changed. I don't think you can have I think they do record IP addresses, but you're allowed to have multiple Facebook accounts per household. But I'm not sure if it could be the same name. So I have my personal one is just Laurie Petrosino, and my profile, my business one is Laurie A. Petrosino. So I differentiate for myself that I know which profile is the one that I need to go on for business. So you could do that too.
You can have the same name. I did it last week.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I separated my account.
Oh yeah, I saw that I got a friend request from you.
It was,
I was like, weren't we friends
I got
already?
remarks from my friends and family and so.
Oh yeah, see, that's why you did it.
Just separated it. And
It's smart. It's
you
smart.
can use the same name, but you have to change the profile name,
okay.
what's in the URL. So there you have to do a different.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, then you're more comfortable sharing your business, right? So you don't
That's good.
Laurie, why does, and I distinctly know the answer to this, Laurie has about a 25% funding rate on her account, which is obviously a lot higher than mine. Because here's the thing about marketing, is just find one thing that works for you and just dominate it. You don't have to do everything, but just find that one thing that you love doing and dominate it. Laurie has dominated Facebook marketing because she loves it, she's passionate about it. She looks great on Facebook, obviously, which doesn't hurt. and it works, but why is it that people feel a lot easier about funding their account because you've connected with them on Facebook?
Because some of those people I'm connecting with them in so many different ways. So not only did maybe they come from Facebook onto my autoresponder where they're now getting my message series, but if they came through traffic that I paid for, then they're also getting my autoresponder series, but I also have a connection on Aweber, and you can do this where you can add your Twitter account and your Facebook account, and I'll send messages where I'll tell them, reach out to me on Facebook, or here's a video I created, it brings them back to Facebook, you can bring them to Facebook Notes. So you can kind of, intersect the two, which is a really great way to do it, and it's just that level of connection. So there's people that I know, if I have found them on Facebook, I will reach out and have conversations. If they send me an email, I make sure I answer the emails. So it's just, I think it's just really where I'm getting the leads from. If most of my leads are coming from Facebook, it's a different market. It's really a different market. those people are hungry, for learning and how to make it work, and they already maybe know who I am or have had a relationship with me, so they continue to follow, they continue to look at those emails, and then eventually, they sign up. And when Igor was talking about how he had one person who signed up for 8 months, I've had people come to me and say, I've been on your list for 3 years, and I'm signing up today. I was like, oh, I didn't even know you, So it's kind of nice that you can do that. So that's
And I noticed
one of the
on
reasons.
the bottom of all of your emails, you have a little tag with join. What did you say? Join me on Facebook or something?
Oh, at the bottom of my emails, you can use, there's a free service called wisestamp.com. And I love that one because it's free, you can use it, and you can add your phone number, you can add your capture page link. And so email signatures are actually a free way to get people to join your list. And think about how many emails that you send out, or how many people send emails to you. You could do, Gmail has a vacation autoresponder that you can set up that automatically sends somebody an email when they send you an email. So it's kind of like a vacation, what the vacation autoresponders are out of the office right now? Well, you can have it set up to say anything you want. You could have it set up a whole paragraph if you want to, I usually just send it to a capture page. But yeah, it's the best way that you can market. So I recommend that for free traffic for sure.
Fantastic. Guys, why don't you thank Laurie? Guys, got a very, very special surprise for you guys. I know you've probably heard about the myth, the legend, Mr. Peter Collard. Well, I'd like to welcome him to the front of the room. You just got off the plane, did you?
How are you? Great to see you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi. I think you should get a round of applause. Come on.
I'm the smallest surprise here now, yeah? I don't know that I come. I hear it yesterday, and I want only to speak to you 1-2 minutes. I hope you have a good meeting.
Yes.
It was amazing or not?
Yeah, that's right, sure.
Yeah. The guys make a good job?
Yes. 5 hours.
Okay, then I'm happy and I can go. No. Yeah. Also for me, thank you for coming. I hope that you see that the company, we make many things that we start again a really good business, that we come up. I know we have small troubles, but they are in the backside, and now we look in the future. Sorry, you know that I don't speak English very well, yeah? You know this. And we have many new things. One you hear today. We have many things about the bits LXL in the future. We make in the first months that you know a little bit also the details. We make in the first months 20,000 euro plus with the company, who is going in the rev share. Yeah? And it was for the first months. We must learn this business also. It's new. The people come on the side. We start in China now in January. We have the office there. The office is in the beginning of January, it's working. We make the translation, and China is one of the biggest gambling market. And our auction is, somebody knows, it's like a small gambling. Yeah? It's not a normal auction, it's the penny auction, and for the Chinese people, I think if they start, we make many money from outside to give it to the RFI. Yeah? We have other things. I cannot say all now. It's not was it geheim? Secret. Yeah. That we don't want to give out all before we can do it. Yeah. But we do all, and you see, I'm also here, and we work and we do that we start really good in the future. Yeah. And I can do my best for this, and I am. I don't know in English, but I promise. I think that I do all what I can do, and I hope that you all and the other guys help me. But we can do this only together. Yeah. What I can do is I can help. I can look what we can do, but I need also our help that we can make the business good. Yeah. For me alone, I cannot do something. But you are the people who work, and we need leaders, we need people to make the business, to build the business. And after this, I think, I know the time now, it's not so easy. All people call, why it's so, and why not. But if we work with this, and I see you do this now, I think we go up very quickly. Okay, guys, that's one thing. If you have somebody a question, I stay here, I stay outside, we can speak a little bit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, guys, we're about 20 minutes over. Hope you don't mind, we went over. Feel like you got some value out of that today. Any comments at all from anyone? You understand the value of that list now, and you're not trying to get people to buy the business, they're trying to buy who? Trying to buy you, that's right, exactly. So build a list, build a relationship with that list, and you'll have a lifetime of income. And be consistent. Consistency is the most important thing. It's like, who was it that said in the hangout, was it Danny Turner? He said water cuts through a rock not because it's powerful, but because it's consistent over time. And it's a great saying. I love that. It's very powerful. If you do something over a long period of time consistently, you'll eventually break through. Diamonds are created under pressure over time. And so I can see, a lot of you guys have been struggling, even sort of putting this whole concept of a funnel together in your head, but I've also seen a lot of consistency as well. I've been working reasonably closely with Marcel, so I use him as an example, but he really has just embraced that whole idea of becoming a leader to his guys. I'm really proud of you for doing that, and just having the initiative to step up to the plate and be that leader, be the person that you want to be sponsored by, because you'll always attract people who are like-minded. Leaders attract leaders. You'll always attract the sort of person that you are. All right. So I think that's all we've got. We've got to head down to the airport ourselves. We're going to fly out to Luton tonight, stay in Luton. We've got London tomorrow, then Manchester, and then a couple of days in London, and then I can go back from 7 degrees to 37 degrees. Really nice. Exactly. So thank you so much for your support by turning up here today. I really hope it ignites your passion for wanting to do this. It may not be for everyone. Online marketing isn't for everyone. It can be a daunting task sometimes, especially when you've got to deal with a lot of people and you've got all the questions coming at you, especially when times are a little bit tough. You have to be that person that is positive when everybody else isn't positive. That's what a leader does. You've got to be like a shock absorber. You have to absorb all that. But that's what it's all about. You being that person. Just keep that mindset good. So thank you very much, guys. Maybe I think Laurie and Igor's gone, but maybe we should just give them another round of applause too.
No, that's it. That's all right.
That's
All right,
all right.
guys, we'll have most of this material available for you in the back office of LXL Pro. Probably not till I get back home, but we'll make it available to you so you can go through the stuff that Laurie. Is that right, Laurie? We'll have that available for them as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely do.
All right. Have a safe trip.
It's not on.
Yeah, thank you.
On my